Lieutenant Eric Vaughn was found 3 days later, not in hiding, not overseas, not alive. His body was pulled from a river 50 miles outside the city, tangled in reeds beneath a collapsed bridge. The medical examiner ruled it a drowning. No defensive wounds, no signs of a struggle, just enough alcohol in his system to suggest a man who'd made peace with something he couldn't escape. The department closed the case in 48 hours. Personal issues, financial stress, tragic accident. Mercer knew what that really meant. Vaughn had been the final firewall. The man who moved evidence, delayed warrants, redirected attention. And once he became a liability, he was erased cleanly, quietly, professionally. But Vaughn had made one mistake. He'd kept a backup, hidden inside a forgotten cloud account under his daughter's old email address. Mercer found encrypted files labeled as innocuously as family photos. Inside were time-stamped messages, payment transfers, and scanned documents showing how cases were quietly steered into dismissal. Every trail led back to the same place. David Hale, not as a killer, as an architect. He never touched victims, never gave orders directly. He created pressure, offered exits, applied fear. Witnesses didn't disappear, they withdrew. Evidence wasn't destroyed, it was lost. Careers weren't threatened, they were reviewed, and Mariah Ellison had tried to undo it. One of Vaughn's final messages confirmed it. A short note sent the night Mariah died. "She's going public. She has copies. This won't stay buried." Attached was a draft statement. Mariah's voice, in her own words, detailing coercion, threats, and the slow dismantling of her life after testifying against Hale's client. She had been ready to speak. Mercer didn't bring the evidence to his department. He leaked it. An investigative journalist published the documents in full. Payment trails, case histories, internal emails. The story detonated across the country in hours. Public outrage followed. Protests outside the courthouse. Calls for resignations. Federal interest. David Hale was arrested at dawn. Cameras caught him in handcuffs, calm as ever, eyes forward, expression unreadable. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The man who sold freedom now needed it. The trial lasted 6 weeks. The evidence was overwhelming, the testimony airtight, the public convinced. But the verdict came back. Not guilty, reasonable doubt. The jury foreman later said it plainly. The defense raised enough questions about the witness's credibility. The defense, funded by wealth, sharpened by influence, perfectly executed. Hale walked out of the courthouse to silence, not cheers, not anger, just disbelief. No conviction, no sentence, no justice. Months passed. Mercer resigned. The department issued reforms. Task forces were announced. Policies were rewritten. But nothing truly changed. And then, 3 months later, a body was found behind a courthouse in a neighboring state. Female, late 20s, strangled, phone in hand. Last call. A private number traced to a burner registered under a shell corporation. The shell corporation led to a familiar name. Not David Hale. His security firm. The pattern was undeniable. Hale had learned nothing. Because the system hadn't punished him, it had protected him. The final image the public remembers is David Hale, weeks after the verdict. Back in his office, glass walls gleaming, city lights behind him, signing a new client contract. Justice wasn't blind. It was sold. And if you think this story was intense, you are not ready for the next one. Because somewhere right now, another witness is deciding whether telling the truth is worth the price. If this story made your stomach drop, don't look away. Subscribe so you don't miss the next case, because the truth doesn't always win. And the stories they try hardest to bury are the ones you need to hear. Like this video if you believe justice shouldn't depend on money. And comment below. Do you think the system protects the guilty or the powerful? The next story is already unfolding.